In the last video, we saw how we can do bulk insert. Now in the same insert, we have two more buttons to remove. So let's implement that. We can just copy create 2 and create 5, paste it one time, and we'll change the names to remove multiple. So we'll paste it 1, we'll paste it for 5, and let me stop this. Now when we have to remove entity, as you recall, we need to retrieve the actual entity. So this time, rather than list, let me get that in an IEnumerable of category. Here, let me retrieve the categories that I want to remove. What I will do is I will order them by descending based on the category ID and get the last two. Now how do we filter the data like that? First thing first, we have seen that db.categories will retrieve us all of the categories. On that you can perform multiple operations. Like here, you have a where clause where we can filter the data. What I want to do here is I want to order them, but I want to order them by descending. Then we want to tell them on what column do we want to apply this order by clause. We want to apply on u goes to u.category ID. So once we have the descending order, then I want the top two records. So for that we have here .take. And we can say we want to take the two records from the top and we want to convert them to a list. You can see how easy it is to filter the data using EF Core. This will retrieve us the last two categories based on the ID. Once you have those two categories, you can use remove range. Since we have more than one, we will use remove range, and it expects a list of categories that we have right here. When you save it, it removes all of them. That's for multiple of 2. What if we want to remove 5 categories? Well, it is simple. We'll paste it here. Where we are taking the 2, we'll take the 5 of them and we'll remove them. Let's run this application and see what actually gets executed. We'll open up the output window here so we can watch that. We'll go to our category. First, let's try the remove 2. Since it is less than our threshold, it should execute as 2 different statements. Great, right here you can see that it executed 2 different delete statements. And that is exactly what we were expected. Before it executes the delete, you can see the main statement to retrieve the top 2 records. So here we see the select top statement and it is ordering it by category ID in a descending way. That is the filter that we added. So this looks good for 2. Let me remove this, and this time let's remove 5. And the delete statement here looks slightly different than what it was before. Before, what we saw was 2 separate transactions. Here we are adding everything in a single transaction, and then we have the delete statements. So we can see how the bulk statements are working with bulk insert and bulk remove.